Hello and welcome back to the Stockwatch in Environmental Science um, assignment. This is day 2, and I wanted to kind of go over what you should be doing, how you should be going through this. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. And I wanted you to realize, the stocks predictions before the election. And, I want you to go and look at what these companies are. And I want to talk about a little bit about real quick before I go on. About Trump and coal, and when he came to us 4 years ago, how he was going to bring coal back and how there was going to be clean coal. By the way, it's just another process of kind of burning the soot a little bit longer. There's nothing, the clean coal is a farce. But I want to talk to you about coal. Coal mining is really big in this country, especially in West Virginia. There's like a whole coal under the ground there, and people are miners, and their daddies were miners, and their grandfathers were miners, and it's a family thing. And they were really angry at Hillary Clinton and Obama and Joe Biden for taking away their coal mining. But it's not political, it's economic. Coal is just not financially a good idea anymore. It's not even environmental at that point, which it should be, and it is. It's a huge environmental problem. But the economics are going to steer energy use in the renewable resource direction. And so I want you to realize this. Remember, we talked about economics and politics being part of environmental science. That's why we're talking about this. So what happened was, we're getting away from coal because of economics. Fracking is a technology used to get natural gas out of the ground. Now, fracking has its own environmental horrific problems, but the technology of fracking gave us 200 more years of natural gas. Natural gas is a cleaner, non-renewable resource. And I think it is what we call kind of like a gateway drug, but it's the gateway energy, the gateway fuel to renewables. It's going to get us more to renewables. And by the way, wind turbine companies are really starting to do well at, and so we want to look, when we're looking at these things, we want to look at companies that do wind energy, solar energy, geothermal energy. Now that Biden has won, you're going to hear that a little bit more. So I asked you to look up what sectors these are in. And this, so linked right here, which sectors are each of these in. Here's all the sectors, the 11 categories. There's the description here. Okay, and so you should go through and you should read this. The energy sector, anything having to do with creating energy. So oil and gas, of course, are going to be there. Will your solar be there? Will your wind turbines be there? Or is that more technology? We continue, but you see right here, oddly enough, though, it doesn't include many renewable energy companies, which are considered utilities. So as we go through, we're going to read what utilities are. Materials sector, you might look for gold mining here. Also, these new electric cars, lithium has to be mined. And lithium, there's a lot of, in Chile, that's where they mine the most lithium for the lithium ion batteries that electric cars cannot be made without right now. So if you're looking into the materials sector, look for a lithium mining company and see how they're doing. Industrial sector, this is where you're going to get your transportation, your big in your big construction areas. So defense, aerospace, Lockheed Martin, aerospace. Here's your utilities that we were talking about before, where maybe the renewable energies are going to be within the utilities sector. Healthcare obviously has to do with healthcare, but also now we have this biotechnology, things like CRISPR and genomics and things like that are also going to be in this healthcare section. Not really having to do with environmental science, but the financial sector, these big financial groups. By the way, Berkshire Hathaway A, one share of the stock is something like $300,000. Like if you wanted to buy one share of Berkshire Hathaway A, you would have to have $300,000. Berkshire Hathaway B, I can't, it's in the hundreds. It's the poor person's Berkshire Hathaway stock. Consumer discretionary. So there's two different consumer. Look, consumer discretionary is going to be something like your luxury items and your luxury automobiles. So you could think about that. Now we have staples. The things you absolutely need are called the staples. So consumer staples. Information technology. So your Apple and your Microsoft are going to be in here. Also, let's see. I don't think here. My dog just came through. We're looking at communication sectors like Facebook and Twitter. I just wanted to show you, ever since Trump did that whole crazy thing, Facebook has dropped because of Trump. And also, I think over here, I have Twitter has also dropped. Twitter loses $5 billion because of what Trump has done. So look, this is just yesterday, January 11th. So things that Trump does and affects the communication sector. And then here we are, we're our last one. Anything like big real estate. And here we have Realty Income, which we have on Biden's list. And these are things like they buy the mini malls and the super malls and stuff like that. So going back to here. So what I did was I took and I I copied this and I put it right here because it was easier for me. It was easier for me to take the company and put the sector next to it. All right, so I just removed the pictures and I just put, I retitled this sectors or something like that, sectors. Then I went through and I looked up these companies. So I'm going to show you what I did, and you can use what I'm about to show you as your answer key, but do this by yourself. So here's the sectors the companies stuck are in. So I went through, these are the links to those. And I just wanted to see what sectors they're in. So I looked them all up. And then I was really interested in this because these were the Biden stocks and that's who's in. And I wanted to know what Energy Transfer does. So Energy Transfer owns a portfolio of energy assets. And I like the fact that this serves customers in the United States. A lot of times, if you're looking for a stock, you might want to look into the United States. Canopy Growth, this has to do with medical marijuana. Biden, and I don't have it up right now, but the Biden administration is looking to legalize marijuana for medical use. So you might want to look up companies that are doing that. Canopy Growth Corporation by far is not the only one. Brookfield Renewables, hydroelectric plants, wind farms, solar facilities. So there's renewable energy. Workhorse Group is battery electric vehicles and aircraft. So there we have our renewable resources. And then the Marietta Group produces construction highways. So we're talking about infrastructure here. Infrastructure is like Tesla, they had to make a battery charging infrastructure throughout the United States because they don't use gas. We already have a gasoline infrastructure. So that's what I did to get them into their sectors. I still asked you if you had any similarities, and then there's a few more Biden stocks here. Now, today I'm going to have you watch Dead Inside about, we're not going to watch it together, but he talks about, he goes to Biden's website and he talks about the plan to rebuild the modern infrastructure and equitable clean energy future. And he talks you through these. So I'm going to have you watch that today, and I'm going to link these two so that you could watch this video. And then he talks about this company STEM. And I'm going to link these three things to your assignment today so that you could go through that. One more thing I want you to do is, if you have your phone, I want you to go and search for your stock app, stock, right? Stocks. And you can search up here any one of those companies. And you're going to find something called a ticker symbol. A ticker symbol, like, see, Apple, you like your iPhone. Ooh, sorry, that was not Apple. Apple is APPL. So that's their ticker symbol. That's what they go by on the stock market. So you're not going to see Energy Transfer. I think you're going to actually see Energy Transfer. Do I have it here? I think it's ET, but I could be wrong. So you type in up here. Let's do that together because I don't have Energy Transfer. You type in your search, Energy Transfer. Yep. And there it is right there. Ooh, Energy Transfer. And we're going to look at it. And a line graph. The line graph is time and the price of the stock. And you're just going to see how these things are doing. I want you to type them in and you can add to watch list. Boop. And again, these are environmentally friendly companies that I want you to look at and see how they're going. And I will explain a little bit more in the description, but I'm going to stop my video now so that you could get started. I hope I explained everything well.